Wednesday, January 4th, 2016. Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So it's 10 o'clock a.m., 10 a.m. London time, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or New York time. Just an update on the precious metals quickly. And the question I'm asking this morning, are we repeating what we saw late last year, December 2015, this year as well, in gold and silver for that matter? So this morning, spot gold 1165.75 right now, up 7. The high's been 1168. So we've continued to make new highs, even though it's always tough with gold. Yesterday we were trading strongly around 1160 early on, went back down to 1146, and then we managed to go back up. We got up to almost 1165 this morning. It's creeping up above that 1165 level. Silver up 12 cents at 1642, up 0.77, not outperforming gold as much as yesterday. We got up to 1649.90, so basic 1650 this morning. You can see, the people, the bullion banks, they're keeping a check on these numbers at the moment. But so one thing I wanted to talk about is, are we repeating the same pattern from last year in precious metals? And what do I mean by that? Well, I'll bring up a chart here from late last year, December, from basically October to December 2015. You can see here on this chart that gold basically dropped from almost 1200 down to around 1045, 1047 in December. There was a low there at 1045 beginning of December. Then we traded up and then down, and that low there, it was just around 1047, so just above the beginning of December low. That level, that day was December 17th, 2015, and that was one day after the FOMC or the Fed announced that they had hiked interest rates by 25 basis points. I think it was the first time in 9 years or so they raised rates, basically from zero. And that was, if you look at that, that was the day after that announcement. Gold made a low at 1047, and it never saw that level again. And we traded all the way up to 1280 in the beginning of March. So a big move there in gold, $240 basically move. We did go higher later on in the year to 1375, I think that was the level. So that's the December 2015 low in gold. The market was preparing for a rate hike by the Fed, and the day after the Fed hike rates, gold made a kind of a bottom again at 1047, just above that 1045 level, and then just rallied for the next few months. So with that in mind, I'm going back to this year, and here's the chart this year. The move down in gold started a little later. Last year started in the middle of October. This year it started right on the day after the election, November 9th, and we dropped. Actually a few days before, even though on the election day we went up above 1300. You can see the trend really started about 4 days before the election. We made a top above 1300, and it went one way street, and we made a low at 1122.75, and that day was December 15th. And that was one day after the FOMC or the Fed decided to hike rates again for the first time since December the previous year. And they hiked by 25 basis points. And we haven't seen the market go any lower than 1122.75. So my question is, as you can see in the chart, is this the December 2016 a low in gold? we'll have to see. One thing that, markets, a lot of times they move by momentum. They gain momentum. Right now, gold has pretty good momentum, and we just need to keep an eye on it. It's not going to be a straight line. It could be, but knowing the bullion banks and how they operate, they're not going to make it easy, but it could. If we go above 1180, which looks like a good resistance, 1200 will be in the cards, and we could see momentum gather in the precious metals, gold and silver, mining shares, mining stocks. As I've spoken before, and probably many of you have read in some reports, sentiment is very bearish in the precious metals market, even though gold and silver did well last year in dollars, and all other currencies. Mining stocks did very well as well, even though they came off quite, they didn't finish on the highs of the year. They still did well throughout 2016. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I know a lot of people think that technical analysis does not matter because the markets are manipulated, but this is just kind of like cycles or seasonal, or a lot of times these seasonal patterns don't work, but sometimes they work. I just wanted to show people that. I'm not saying gold is going to go through the roof right now, but it looks more interesting. In dollars, it still feels, like nothing really has happened. We're only about $120 above, the December 15th low. But in other currencies, actually, gold is doing very, very well. Like in British pounds, we are at 950. In late 2015, we got down to around 700. So that's, doing well. So maybe we're going to get an extra move higher to compensate for US dollar holders this year. I don't know. But I just thought this would be interesting to show you these two charts comparing 2015, December 2015 low and December 2016 low. We'll have to see. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it far and wide. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. And if you like to donate, there's some links in the description below. Thank you. Take care.